All right, guys, welcome. So this is gonna be the first of one of these videos where I do a reaction style video to Coach Corey Wayne, of course. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cover a lot of coaches. Okay, I'm gonna pay attention to, what they're doing, and the reason why I'm doing this is simply because I've had a lot of people ask me, "What do you think about Corey Wayne?" or "What do you think about this?" or "What do you think about that?" So we're gonna look at it, review it. I have not seen this video yet. So this is what we're gonna do to keep more content on the channel, and I'm obviously gonna come out with my own original content. So I, do coaching as well. So if you want that, go down below. But we're gonna review this and see what we think. If you haven't already, pick up his book, 3% Man. It's on my shelf over there. So I'll show it at the end of the video or whatever. It'll also be in the description box below. So if you guys have any questions or any comments or anything you guys want to put down below, do it. And let's get started.
I'm Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of today's newsletter is going to be, it's not masculine to be her side piece.
So right off the bat, that title of this, it's funny because a lot of guys that I've coached will they know that the girls that they're seeing are, dating other guys or seeing other guys, and just the guys that are in my coaching that come to me for coaching, usually it's post breakup or whatever, they come to me and they're like, "Hey man, like I'm trying to get this girl's attention, I'm trying to make her like me more than, the other guys that she's seeing." And they know they're not a priority. And immediately I'm like, "Why are you entertaining this? She's with or hanging around other guys, that. Go out with a girl who is instead of trying to force it to go into a direction you want it to go to. Instead, why don't you go out with a girl who is available? Go out with a girl who is already, looking for what you are looking for." A lot of guys don't do that. And instead of just doing what's easier, they think that doing what they're already doing is easier. So they'll try to, say these lines, or they'll be like, "Hey man, what can I do to force her to like me more than the other guys that she's going out with or talking to?" And simply enough, make yourself available for women who are already looking for what you're looking for. That is what you do here. You don't want to be thirsty, because that's what you're going to come across looking like when you try harder and try to force a woman to like you more. So I see that all the time. And so that's why the title of this video really, really stood out to me. I haven't seen this at all yet, but I'm going to give Corey better still there. But that is literally, it's so common, especially post breakup, where guys will go out with a girl, they'll get dumped, and they'll start going out with a new girl. And women today, they have options. They're going to go out with, lots of guys. They're going to see, what's going on out there, and again, guys try so hard to force something else to happen instead. So I don't know. I'm beating it at horse. Let's go.
Emails I'm going to go through with you today. The first one's from a guy. He's new to my work, and for the past year, he's been seeing a woman who is married, but in the process of getting a divorce.
So first of all, that's another common thing. I know I'm pausing it a lot, but I just want to make a comment on this real quick. So look, when you're going out with a girl who is coming out of a relationship or a marriage, same shit. Okay. The energy is what you need to look for. Yes, marriage is taken more seriously. Yes, there's that commitment, that promise, blah, blah, blah. However, the point is, the energy is going to be a specific type of energy. If she's coming out of a relationship, she's going to be emotionally all over the fucking place. She's going to be sad. She's going to be happy. She's going to be hot. She's going to be cold. And a lot of guys, again, will try to force a woman to be a certain way. How do I get her to like me more? Oh my God, she's going back to this guy. She loves her husband still, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, dude, match the energy, remove yourself, back off, chill, and invite. Just look, see, guys want to get right back to another relationship instead of just having fun. And the more fun you have, the more that girl's going to like you, the more positive energy you have. So that being said, instead of trying to make her like you more, it's a better option for you to go, okay, let's just see where this goes. Let's have some fun. That is what you guys want to be doing here. So when you're dating a girl who's coming out of a relationship, she's not going to be looking for a relationship right away. She's going to chill for a bit, and she's going to want to have fun. She's going to be relieved that she's out of the marriage or out of the relationship. The relationship could have been long. It could have been 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. And then here you come and you're like, man, how do I get her? How do I lock this girl down? How do I make her like me more? It's not even what she's looking for. The only way she's going to do that is if she looks at you and she's like, man, if I lose this guy, it's going to suck.
Now, obviously, recently I've done a couple videos where guys are in that situation, and I discussed this in 3% Man about why you don't get involved with women who are in the middle of a divorce. And this is like the poster child for that. And so I guess she was getting close to finalizing her divorce with her husband, but did not like the custody arrangement that the judge came up with. So she decided to cancel the divorce, stay with the husband, but she wants to continue seeing this particular guy. And the second email is from a guy who he's been seeing. He's been dating this woman he met, I guess, about a month and a half ago. He's been out with 4 or 5 dates with her. She won't go all the way because apparently she's been seeing another guy for about 7 months, but they're not exclusives. So she'll kiss and make out, but she won't sleep with him. So it's just case in point. I mean, these are exactly why it's in my book, why you don't date women that are involved with other guys. You should never mow another man's lawn, and you shouldn't be going through life hoping you can rip off some other dude's chick.
Yeah, and I 100% agree with that because look, there's so much abundance in this world, and you guys are coming from such hardcore masculine scarcity mindsets. Okay, so many of you are like, oh my god, like so many of you have had a relationship in the past, and you've been, serious before, and you're looking for that again, and that's okay. But you have to understand that your energy is going to be thirsty. It's going to be a thirsty kind of energy. Instead, you should just be relaxed and chill and have a great individual life that you can invite a woman into. So when you go looking for that replacement girl that you can be in love with, right? You're just going to come off with the wrong energy, and going after, a girl who's just not available. There are so many women on this planet that are good looking and available. There are. Yes, they may be talking to multiple guys, but when you learn this material and you understand attraction skills and dress your best, look your best, you're in your best shape, whatever. When you do that, you're going to come across way more confident, and you're going to outcompete. When you know this material, you're not going to have any competition. I'm fucking telling you, you will not have competition. You're going to be in a far better place mentally, emotionally, physically, right? And spiritually. You're going to have a way, way better mindset going into a new relationship when you focus on yourself and you focus on your mission. Focusing on your mission is fucking key, and it makes everything so much easier. Because when a woman comes in and out of your life and you're focused on your mission, she's going to be like, oh shit. Well, first of all, you are going to be like, like whatever. I'm not going to be too focused on this relationship working out. You're going to be focused on building your company, right? I'm building a media company right now. If my wife left, right? I'm married. If my wife left and it would hurt. I'm not going to bullshit you. It would hurt. But I am 100% still on my purpose, on my mission to build my media company, to sell it for 7 figures so I can have a great fucking life. I have a great life now, but I want a nice house. I want to be able to, do everything I could for my father who stuck around when my mom left. Like there's all kinds of things I want to do. Travel the world. I want to see some shit. I want to become friends with powerful fucking people, which I'm already doing now. See, once you kind of go on a trajectory, you're going to start doing the things that you want to do automatically. Just because I sell my company for 7 figures doesn't mean like I can't do some of the things I have already in motion, right? Like become friends with powerful people. Okay. So that's the goal. But you guys don't have to have big goals like that. Some of you guys might have, but maybe you should up your goals, right? Anyway, let's get moving.
Even though the first one's going through a divorce, but you just never know what's going to happen. They're not ready, willing, able, and open to dating or starting a new relationship. So
Nailed
let's
it.
see what we can learn from these guys. He says, "Hi,
And
Corey."
by the way, I want you guys to know that I don't think that I am. Corey's older than me. He's been doing this longer than me. But all I'm trying to do with these videos is just reinforce the same shit that I say, that he says, that other coaches say. I just want to nail it home for you guys. Corey has been doing this longer than I have, but I will tell you, I see the same in his news coaching letters. I see the same behavior. I see the same shit that you guys are all doing. And it all comes back to energy and how you're coming across to the world and what you're doing. If you guys were doing the right actions, you guys would get results. And here's the thing, you guys are doing certain things and certain actions, you're not getting results. Okay. And you need to now get results. And that comes from certain actions and then cutting out certain actions.
Corey, I recently discovered your work and I love it. Thank you so much for what you're doing. For the past year, I've been dating a married woman. She applied for a divorce, yet when the court order didn't come the way she wanted and she didn't get exclusive rights to her son, she backed out from the divorce idea, yet still wanted to see me. Can you imagine being a side piece to a married woman who's staying with her husband because she can't get full custody of her child?
Bruh.
And the other thing is, what kind of a woman wants to have? Now let's just, because the divorce courts, it's, I mean, there's a lot been written, and the divorce laws are in some states are really slanted in favor of the women and unfairly disadvantaged men. And
Key point to that, fellas, if you're going to get married, okay, make sure that you take the necessary precautions and understand the risks of what you are getting yourself into. I did that, and I made a lot of people are going to look at this and be like, bro, you got married. Like, yes, it's my decision. And I looked at the pros and the cons, and I was like, yes, this could happen and that could happen. And the way I looked at it personally, and you guys are not going to see eye to eye, and that's okay. That is fine. You guys can have different opinions than me. But I looked at the way that the way that I think, and the way my mind is so abundant in my work. It's just, it's not that I don't care. I don't want it to happen, but I'm so confident in my energy and my skills, how I am with dating and all that stuff, that I don't think it's going to happen. However, I know that it could. So if you guys are ever in a relationship, make sure the woman that you're dating is fucking awesome. Okay. Mine is, make sure she's awesome, because when she is awesome, it will be so much easier for you guys to communicate. It'll be so much easier for you guys to go on, you guys can have great dates, and stick to positive energy, which is going to keep you guys together longer. See, people break up a lot of the times because of just too much repetitive negative energy going on in the relationship. Jealousy, anger, hate, aggression, sadness caused by the other party. And there's way more than that. But when that happens on a continuous basis, and complacency, of course, too, because that woman does not want to teach you how to understand her emotions and feelings. She wants you to be able to listen and communicate and understand what she's saying. And when you don't do that, she's not going to feel heard, and some other guy will come in eventually. So it's important, if you guys get married, make sure it's to a great woman.
here she's divorcing this guy, and she's really slanted in favor of the women and unfairly disadvantaged men. And here she's divorcing this guy. Now I'm assuming that the guy she's divorcing was a good dad, because obviously the court's like, we're not giving you exclusive custody. But the fact that she wanted her ex-husband to have no custody over their child, and then when she doesn't get that, she's like, oh, I'm going to stay in a marriage with somebody I don't love and don't want to be with because of the custody issues, when she's trying to prevent him from even having any relationship with his child. It's what does that tell?
So that tells you. So I'm going to say it before he says it. The integrity of this woman is to be questioned, because just look at her actions. Why the fuck would she do that? It makes zero sense. So when you find out who someone really is, okay, which is the point of dating. When you're dating somebody, you're looking to see who they are. Who is it you're getting involved with? And if you're dating somebody and they're fucking trash and they do shit like this, and look, sometimes you won't see it for a long time, but when you do, you shouldn't stick around thinking that they're going to change because of love. See guys do that all the time. So let me rewind here.
Tell you about being having any relationship with his child. It's what does that tell you about the character of that person? Is that somebody you'd want to get mixed up with and potentially knock her up? Can you imagine this guy knocks this girl up and she's staying with her husband? She'd probably lie to her husband and say, "Oh, it's your baby." Does that sound like something you want to get mixed up in? I certainly want. No, thank you.
Fuck no.
He says, "But I'd like to have a normal family and don't need to hide my relationship. So I told her that if she's not ready to be with me, it's better if we don't see each other, as I'd like to have a normal relationship." That is the right way to think. I would not want to be her side piece, especially to a woman who's now gone back to the husband. You got to look at the fact that she's trying to prevent her husband, ex-husband, well, he's still her husband now, from having a relationship with her child. And it's like, what does that tell you about the character?
And a lot of you guys would have been like, I'll still continue to see her. And then you message guys like me and other coaches, Corey and whatever, and say, how can I get this woman to like me more? How can I get her to forget about her husband? It's just it's backwards. And you guys shouldn't do it like that. Instead, the focus should be on improving, going back to the default position. I have a video called What Your Default Position Is, or Your Default Position. I can't even fucking remember what I named it. It was ages ago. It was like 3 years ago or something like that. And when you get into a situation where it's not working out with a woman, you should go back to the drawing board and start working on yourself. And you should never really stop, truthfully.
That's not a nice thing to do unless the guy's a horrible person, but she's staying with him. So he says, after a few weeks, she started reaching back out to me and just chatted on Instagram. What do you think would be the best solution? I don't know. Could it be she belongs to the streets? Shall I start hanging out with her, have fun?
Here, let me pause that real quick while this fucking ambulance goes by. Okay.
And see if increasing her feelings for me will make her move? Come on, man. Or if it's better to not see her until she's ready for a normal relationship, if ever. Well, she canceled divorce. She went back to her husband. So doesn't look like there's any kind of prospects. And so you can imagine being involved with somebody for a year, you develop feelings for him, and now, oh, I'm going to go back to my husband because I can't get full custody of my child. Yeah, I'll sign me up. I totally would love to get involved in that situation. You got to stand up for yourself and what you want, dude. And like I said, I was saying a minute ago, what happens if you knock her up? She's living in a house with another guy, and she was already trying to prevent her husband from having anything to do with the child. Can you imagine her being married to this guy and then having your kid? She probably won't.
Bro, and there are so many dudes that are like just put her on a pedestal, man. And no, like, it's like guys think that no matter what that particular woman that they're trying to get attention from is doing, they just don't care. And they're like, man, I just want her to like me, bro. And that just goes back to you and what you have to work on. Because if you think that a woman is going to stop being who she is because of love or you, a lot of guys will think, oh man, I've known this girl for 2 years, and you've known her for like, just because you've known her for 2 years doesn't mean you actually know who that person really is and what they're capable of doing. So again, fellas, don't simp. Don't do it. It's not worth it. It's not worth your energy. Guard your energy. Seriously. Anyway, continuing.
Can you imagine her being married to this guy and then having your kid? She probably won't let you have anything to do with it. And then can you imagine trying to go to court to have some visitation rights for your child when she's married to another guy? Do you really want to get? I mean, that is messy. It's like, no way. No way would I get involved with that. He says, I really love her, but the situation as was before made me feel bad. Time we spent together was always great, But then when she came back home, I felt like a side gig for her, as she had her family, her life, her friends, her time with her husband, etc. So, like I said, bro, she belongs to the streets. On to the next. I'd block her number. I'd never call, text her, talk to her ever again. I would just say, "Look, you went back to your husband. You're married. I don't like the idea that you tried to." I'm assuming that the husband's a good guy and not some bad person, but the fact that she wanted her husband to have nothing to do with their child, it's like, I don't like.
Yeah, and you guys have to have what's called a next mentality, right? A woman doesn't work out with you, next. The second you see red flags, next. Okay, you have to read the books, and you have to, like, Unplugged Alpha by Rich Cooper, How to Be a 3% Man. Read them so you guys can understand the red flags to look for, and then have the balls to do it.
That at all. That's no bueno. Next. So let's go through the second guy's email. He says, "Hi, Corey. You did a video on my situation called 2 Steps Forward, 1 Step Back a month or two ago. Since then, I moved on and met someone else. I've also read your book twice since the video. I'm up to 8 times now. Good job. Anyways, the girl I met recently has been on 4 dates with me, including the instant date the night I met her. However, she told me she has been seeing someone for 7 months, but they weren't exclusive. Red flag. Well, what does it look like? It looks like she's monkey branching. She's holding on to one branch and seeing if she can grab onto another branch before she lets go of the other one.
Yup.
What does that tell you? Typically, these are insecure women that do things like this.
Yep.
Or maybe she genuinely likes the other guy and is hoping he'll become exclusive, but she's starting to doubt that it's going to work out. So instead of leaving him and ending that relationship because it's not progressing, she's kind of sticking around, but is enticing you to start something new with her. He says, anyways, the dates have gone great, a lot of heavy petting and making out, and we even went back to her place. We hung out, have fun, but not hooking up. I even had to wait 7 days for her to get back to me when her schedule opened up. Oh no, you had to wait 7 days. All night, I tried 2 steps forward, 1 step back. We would kiss, heavy pet, take a break, then again and again. Each time I tried to advance a little bit, then she said, I don't want to lead you on and think I'll sleep with you, after her tongue was in my mouth, then proceeded to tell me I was a sexy man. You sexy man. You sexy man, you. She told me it was because she was with someone and I like him. But she also mentioned she's very attracted to me.
Red flag. If that was me, I'd be like, the fuck out of here, bro. Get out of here. Won't want anything to do with you. Again, integrity. You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Anyway.
That's so nice. So, do you really want to be a male orbiter? Do you really want to be her backup plan? Do you really want to potentially get into a relationship eventually with a woman who has been seeing a guy for 7 months, who probably thinks that they're exclusive or that she's exclusive to him, while she's basically lining up a backup plan in case it doesn't work out? She's hedging her bets. She is a fence sitter because she is weak and insecure like the first woman. Character is destiny. Very, very important. So you can imagine being in a relationship with this woman. She gets to the point where she's not happy. She's going to be hanging out with some other guy.
Exactly. That's exactly why you don't fuck around with women like this, fellas. Look, people that have high self-worth and self-confidence don't act like that. The woman that he's talking about. They don't. They'll say, you know what? I'm still, like, say you were in a situation where you got her on a date. So you ask her out on a date, this particular woman, and she's seeing another guy. If she has high self-worth, if she's a high integrity person, she's going to know, no, I'm seeing somebody else. And what high integrity people do is they'll say, you know, I'm going to see what happens with this person first, and then I'm going to go out there. But they also usually have an abundance mindset. So they're not going to just hold on. They might take your number, right? And they might put it away or whatever. I don't really, have a problem with that too much, as long as they're not, trying to lead you on and actually contacting you. But if they actually go and the relationship doesn't work out, and then she messages you and she's like, hey, you know are you still single, whatever, so she might take your number or whatever, even then, that doesn't happen very often. So the best thing is just to keep it moving, right? And this woman, again, when people do that, it's because they don't actually love themselves enough and think that they're worthy. When they're worthy, right? When they're worthy enough, they know that they can get someone else pretty quickly. So that they're not going to just, be like, oh, okay, I'm going to hold on to 20 fucking phone numbers. And when it doesn't work out, I'm going to have 20 people to call. She can just go out on a weekend and get somebody's going to hit on her. Okay. So, and when in a guy's standpoint, when a guy has high self-worth and high self-esteem, he knows that he can go out there and talk to women and be who he is, because he knows the right things to say. He understands himself. He knows that he brings a lot to the table. He's not going to have an issue. So again, it comes back to your energy, your character, you have to think highly of yourselves. And the only way to really do that, fellas, if you think low of yourselves, which you just have to look at your actions. If you think that you're like, oh, I think highly of myself, I can do this, I can do that, but look at your actions, right? Are you successful? Are you successful with women? Are you successful in life? Where are you? Okay, because a lot of people do lie to themselves. So when you go back to the drawing and you start improving yourself and leveling up slowly, when you start doing that, then your self-confidence will go up because you're competent in certain things, and then you're able to talk to women and you're more comfortable. Okay, so when you're confident, that's why women love confidence. It's an energy. Confidence is an energy, and when that energy is good, strong, alpha, masculine, all that, she can't walk away from it. And then you're going to meet a girl who is looking for you and she's single, and bam, there you go.
He says, I responded with, well, I don't want to be an option, nor am I looking for something platonic. And I'm not going to try to win you over because I know I am awesome. Maybe you should give him a chance. Exactly. Dare her to find somebody better.
That's a great fucking answer.
But you just don't participate. You don't participate no matter how hot the girl is, how much she likes you. If there's another dude in the picture that's unresolved, go resolve that. Hey, and get in touch. And if I'm still available, maybe we'll go out.
Textbook.
She told me she was torn because she liked both of us. I just said, let me know if it doesn't work out. And as I left, she said, until next time, smiling. She reached out a day after that, sharing an Instagram video. My question is to you, Corey, am I being impatient or is she sidelining me for sex because of the other guy? She belongs in the streets. How do I proceed?
Next.
Just remove yourself from the situation.
Next.
Say, look, you're involved with somebody else. It's not honorable for you to be going out on dates with me and kissing me and fooling around with me while you're doing the same with him and then sleeping with him. I don't think he would probably appreciate the fact that you're going out on dates with me when you're seeing the other guy, even though there's not a commitment. The bottom line is you won't sleep with me because you're sleeping with him. If she's not sleeping with you, she'll sleep with somebody else. In this case, she's sleeping with the other guy and trying to line up a backup. Whatever, it's like you become part of a Frankenstein boyfriend project. So whatever she's not getting with the other guy, she's potentially getting with you. And that just shows a lack of character. Character is destiny. He says, I intend to meet new girls and date because I am the prize, but I do feel like the universe FedExed me a girl that matches my list. See, I look at this, it's like she's a lot like your list, but there's a big glaring issue here. It's called a lack of integrity. Because if she's seeing another guy and having sex with another dude for 7 months, but they don't have an official label, and she has integrity, she's not going to go out on dates with you. But the fact that she is shows she's trying to potentially lining up a replacement. And so she wants you to put your personal life on hold while she explores things with another guy.
Fuck that. Life is too short, fellas. It really is. Life is too fucking short for that shit. Don't go out with people who this is why it's important to be dating a lot, because you're going to come across a lot of people and you're going to use, but now I don't want to say waste, but you're going to spend a lot of energy and time and money going on dates and dude, and you want to be doing it with the right people. You don't want to be going out with girls like this. Okay, you just don't. You fuck that, man. It's waste of time, waste of energy, and a waste of fucking money.
Men of value never do that. Men who value their time never do that. If you don't value your time, then guess what? Nobody else will either. And the best way to handle it is to say, wow, thanks, universe, for this girl who's got a lot of qualities I really like, but I'd really like somebody who's ready, willing, able, and open to having a relationship. And somebody's got character.
When I first started seeing my girl, to nail that point down, when I first started seeing my girl, she was all of those things. She was ready, available, able, and open. I think that he said she was all of those things. And the girl that I was seeing before that was a complete train wreck of a person, right? And that's again what dating is all about: is figuring out what that person do they mesh with you. You know, are you guys do you guys believe in like the same values, the same principles? Do you guys, do you guys get along? That's what dating is all about. And a lot of guys get attached to the idea of what a person can be instead of the actual person and what they bring to the table. And when I met my girl, she was all of those things, and she was obviously attractive, but like besides that, it was just everything fell into place because I wanted that, and she was open and all of those things, and it worked out. We've been together ever since. So, and she's a very supportive person, and she has her own goals and her own aspirations, but she supports everything I do, and she doesn't bitch, moan, or complain about anything to me. I don't know if it's behind my back, but she doesn't do anything to it. She just says, "Hey, keep going, keep working, keep pushing, do what you got to do." That's what she's like. And men, that is what you should be looking for, in my opinion, in a woman: somebody who supports you, and she's a teammate, she's a cheerleader, she helps you, she pushes you, and she tries to understand what you're going through. And you should be doing the same fucking things for her, in my opinion. Yes, men, you guys should go out there and do big things, but many of you guys are not. And sometimes your woman is. So if she likes you still, do the same things. I'm not telling you to be a bitch. You should be working on your own shit. But if she's out there doing big things, then support the bitch. You know what I mean? So
Because a woman that behaves this way, no integrity, she belongs in the streets. And I highly doubt whether she's telling this other guy about the fact that she's been hanging out and doing kissy poo with you.
that's a fact too. That's another important point. So low integrity people gotta go. Tell them to kick rocks.
So I would move on. I wouldn't date her. I wouldn't go out with her. Keep focus. This is so important at where you're at. Is you gotta focus on your outcome. And your outcome is you want somebody ready, willing, able, and open to dating, not being some chick's side piece or her potential monkey branch if it doesn't work out with the other guy. Because you're sending a signal to the universe that's, hey, go ahead, send me a lion, cheating whore. Yeah, I'll take one of those. Maybe I can fix her. The universe go, okay, I got loads of those. Here
Exactly. That's worth watching again.
maybe it's, hey, with the other guy. Because you're sending a signal to the universe that's, hey, go ahead, send me a lion, cheating whore. Yeah, I'll take one of those. Maybe I can fix her. The universe go, okay, I got loads of those. Here you go. And then more of them keep coming your way. Whereas as soon as you find out she's involved with another guy, you say, hey, I'm not interested in that. It's like, I'd love to, you're amazing. I'd love to see you, but you're involved with somebody. And I look at that as cheating. And that shows a lack of character on your part. And I don't appreciate that. And I don't date women like that. I would never take a woman like that home to my mom because she wouldn't be happy about that. I wouldn't be involved with them. Either one of these girls, they both belong to the street.
Same. Because look at the person's act. Look, if would you want that done to you? That's how I look at it, man. And you got to just fucking date good, just go out with good people. And the only way you're going to find out if they're good people is hanging out with them and seeing what they're like. Don't go out with shitty people.
You got to be man enough to say it's close. They're close to what I'm looking for, but yeah, there's got a glaring integrity issue here. So I'm gonna hard pass. So if you got a question or a challenge and you'd like to get my help, go to understandingrelationships.com, click the products tab at the top of your screen, and book a coaching session with yours truly. Until next time, I will talk to you soon.
Again, I've been nailing this point home, but just go out with good people. Seriously, it is the most. It's the easiest and hardest thing to do because there's, first of all, not a lot of them out there. The shit. Look at Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. The shit that you can possibly go through by going out with a person that's low quality, low integrity, narcissistic, borderline personality disorder, angry, hates men for maybe she went through some shit with men, but takes it out on you. You know what I mean? You don't want to go out with a girl like that. You just don't. And so many of you do. That's why I'm nailing this point home. Don't. So go and get coaching from Corey or myself. He told you where to go, and my coaching is in the description box down below. Pick up his book because it is a great place to start. It can actually be the only book you read. But I have one thing to add. You do not have to, he says to read the book that many times. I disagree. You can make notes and study the book like you did in school. Sit down with a highlighter and a fucking notebook and go through it, because again, there's stories and stuff like that in the book that just drive a point home. But once you understand the point, just review that point, make it a part of you. A good example is how to communicate with women effectively. It's one of my favorite points in the book. And it teaches you how to break through when a woman doesn't want to open up to you. And it kind of goes along with the whole point. Something that's said, it goes along the lines of, if you want to change a woman's mind, change her mood, not her mind. And it's about emotions and understanding emotions. So when you understand that stuff, then you can go, okay, I know what to do in this situation. And a lot of guys, instead of doing that, what they'll do is they'll get angry back, or they'll get vindictive, or they'll do stupid shit trying to get her to react instead of just being cool. So anyway, that's it for this video, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Hope you guys like this.